Now, here's the hard part for you. You are not wrong. However, you are not making the case for your party at the highest level. And you've got some subpar messengers in your party, even when you have good things. Even reviewing for the thing today, I had forgotten about what you guys did for pension assurance. What was it, $40 billion you guys put in a bill to make sure that people's retirement would be in place because a lot of people are going bankrupt. But you don't make the case. And people are hurting, Tom. And you have to deal with why they're hurting on your watch, whether it's gas or food or all the different things that we enjoy and provide our families. What do you say to them?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we acknowledge that the pandemic wreaked havoc, with so many people not only lost their loved ones, they lost their jobs and they lost some hope. And that's why we have the rescue plan. That's why the child care tax credit cut childhood poverty in half. That's why now the Inflation Reduction Act is going to finally give us the opportunity to negotiate on prescription drugs so that people who are diabetic don't have to choose between their medicine and their food. These are the things that we're doing. And you made a point about, marketing and messaging, and it's a fair point. What we have to do over these next 2 years, in my mind, is two things. Number one, implementation, and number two, communication. We have a lot of points on the board right now, Chris, but what we've got to do is make sure that everybody knows that that road project was brought to you by Joe Biden. We've got to make sure in Arizona there's a remarkable chip factory that's going to be made. That's the work of Joe Biden and Democrats. Because the CHIPS Act, we're insourcing now. We're not outsourcing. We've got to make sure that the things we've accomplished, and I want to take a moment, Chris, to talk about pension reform, because actually there was $80 billion in the Recovery Act to help people, 70, 75-year-old folks who worked their tail off. They played by the rules. They had a pension that was giving them $4,000 a month, and it got cut to $2,700 a month through no fault of their own, because the multi-employer pension system was going bankrupt. Democrats, and it was only Democrats, who put $80 million, and I applaud Rosa DeLauro, who led this effort in the U.S. House, to make sure that people got their pensions back. And just today, in my hometown newspaper in Buffalo, New York, a story about $1 billion going to New York State so that people who lost money in their pensions because of the multi-employer pension system failing are going to get reimbursed. Not only get made whole, but they're going to get a check for the money they lost. We've got to tell that and so many other stories so that people understand.
So the question, Tom, becomes, who's the we? Is Biden the right man to make the case that you have to make on a tough map in the next election? Not only is it obviously up for president, which you have to figure out, but you're hurting on the Senate level. I mean, you got 23 seats, let's say 10. You got 10 seats that you really could lose. It's not a great map for you. So you've got to make the case if you have a case to make. Do you believe Biden is the right man for the top of the ticket?
Absolutely. I think people have been underestimating Joe Biden for decades. I worked for Ted Kennedy, as you know, in the Senate in the 90s, and I got to see then Senator Biden up close and personal, and he just got things done. Now, he may not speak with the rhetorical flourish of a Barack Obama, but people want to know that you have their back. People want to know that you're fighting for the issues that matter to them. I don't need to give Joe Biden, or when I was working for him, when he was vice president, I didn't need to give him talking points on what the union movement meant to America. It was in his DNA. And I think these midterm elections are, again, a vindication that people are watching. They see that he's fighting for a woman's right to choose. They see that we still have work to do to fight inflation. We still have work to do on so many other areas. But he has put points on the board, and he has our back. And he is looking out for us. And so we've got more work to do. And again, implementation of what we've accomplished. And I think history will show that the first 2 years of this administration were remarkable in terms of our accomplishments. We brought the unemployment rate back down in a historically fast manner. And now we've got to make sure we get that unfinished business, tackling inflation, tackling the unfinished business in healthcare with prescription drugs, tackling climate change. And we have, again, the Inflation Reduction Act gives us some really powerful tools to do that. But we've got to make the case.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.